Hi ladies, this is Kara with LoveableLash.com, and I have been asked to make a video on fundraising. A lot of presenters out there are starting to catch on to the success that you can have with fundraisers, and I myself have pretty much built my business off of fundraisers. I'm a Blue Level presenter and just started back in the middle of June, and I'm about to complete my 6th fundraiser here in the month of October, or potentially beginning of November, as my sales will go into November. But anyway, 6 fundraisers. So I've been asked to create this video to help with some tips, some tricks, some secrets, whatever you want to call it, to help all of you else out there as you start to really get and grasp the idea of how fundraisers can help grow your business. First and foremost, don't be afraid to do them. I know we have to give up, quote unquote, our commissions, but I don't look at it that way. And there are ways to make money, which I'll share with you here at the end of the video. So the biggest thing I can say is don't be afraid of them. Target any type of group. I know a lot of times we're talking about cheer teams and dance teams. I have a coworker of mine who looked at dog rescue and did a fundraiser that way. So there's lots of different groups that you can target. It doesn't just have to be, that standard dance team or cheer team. Now, my success has come from dance teams. I am a dance coach on the side for a local high school and was looking for something different. And when I caught wind that we could do fundraisers with Younique, I thought, I'm going to take a look at this. So the exciting piece is that I had been wearing my mascara to practice, and the girls were asking me about my lashes. A couple of them borrowed them for their senior pictures. And so it was real easy to give this idea to the girls and to the parents. So easy, they bought on, and we started. So the first one that I did was with my own team. It was about $3,300 in sales, and they got $661 back in their account. So pretty successful, if you ask me. Our district can't make fundraisers mandatory or required. So being that it was voluntary, it was a very successful fundraiser. I then, thought this is pretty good and I can do something with this. So I targeted the schools in the area, and I have a lot of girls, of friends of mine that are coaches. And so reached out to them and had done 2 other high schools after that. And then I just got done with a dance studio in the area as well. So it's been fun, and I've kept track of some of the clients that I'm getting if they're ordering straight online. I'm trying to get an idea or a list from the schools of who is ordering so I can follow up with those. So tips, tricks, secrets, like I was saying, the first one is build your customer base. Use this as an opportunity to do that. Follow up with these people. Thank them for not only helping the program that they were purchasing for, but build your business, relationships, whatever you need to do to keep them as a customer. My second tip would be understand the lash levels. So I get a lot of questions, how can I still make money? And you can, and it's easy, but know the lash levels. And why I say that is because there's 3 levels. So if you're yellow or above, you've got your 25%, potentially your 30%, but you can still make a good, 5% at the least. If you hit lash level 1, that sales is between $350 and $499, and you're giving 12% of your commissions. So you're making 13% still off of those sales. If you hit lash level 2, you're at $500 to $999 in sales, and you're giving 14% back. So you're still making 11% commission. And then of course you're shooting for the most sales. So I'm obviously targeting 1,000 or more in my fundraisers, and then I'm giving 20% back, but I'm still making 5%. So really understanding those lash levels. So again, lash level 1, 12% is what would go back to the team or the organization, and that's if they sell anywhere between $350 and $499. Lash level 2 is where you'd give back 14% of your commissions, and that is from $500 to $999 in sales. And then lash level 3 is 1,000 or over, and you're giving 20% back of your sales. So understanding those is crucial, making sure that you're explaining that to your director, your booster club president, the coach, whoever it is that's in charge of setting up the fundraiser with you, and making sure that they understand that. My next tip would be order form only. I know that might sound crazy to you. Obviously, you're still going to have a link because you want to get the rewards. You want to obviously put them into a specific party. But lesson learned, when I did it with my own team, we had a link open for the entire 10 days. and then we had the order forms. So some of the girls got confused. They weren't asking questions. Some of the people that were ordering online weren't connecting their order to the fundraiser, so it was getting lost in the shuffle at the end. But it just made it a little bit more confusing. So my suggestion or tip is create a custom order form. I've done a couple of those that I can certainly post out there, or you can reach out to me and I can send it to you. But super easy to make, just a Word document. Customize it a bit, make it pretty. But create an order form and do it that way. Then you can go in, collect the orders on the final day of the party, place your orders in that link, still get your rewards, and it's clean, it's smooth, it's not confusing. So that is another tip, is order forms only. The next thing I would say is figure out payment ahead of time. And what I mean by that is, especially with schools, understand what it's going to look like. I did have a school that had their fundraiser write their checks out to me. And while I wasn't a huge advocate of that, it worked. But for some reason, I don't want to take the professionalism away from it. So I would suggest that they work it out with their school or their booster program or whatever it is. The checks are written to that program. And then on the final day, they're giving you a credit card. They're giving you, one big check, whatever it is, so that they can place the orders. What I would say is, if they're using the school's credit card or the club's credit card, they can then get that link from you and place the orders themselves, so that there's not this back and forth. You don't potentially have to go in and collect any orders. But on the flip side of that, make yourself available. If they would rather you do it, know and block your calendar and say, I'm going to come in at 10 o'clock on the final day, collect all the orders, we'll place them together. So a couple different things you can do there, but just really make sure you have the money figured out. The next thing is that currently we're not working with 501c charities. We're not working with tax exempt type programs, and I know a lot of the high schools out there are tax exempt. So again, I'm here, lesson learns, and obviously from success as well, but with my own team, I didn't account for the tax. And so at the end of the day, there was about $153 in tax that I ended up paying forth to that school, or to my school, I should say, because I didn't account from that. So now I'm charging anywhere from $31 to $32. And if there's extra money, based on, we have more money than what the tax was, and obviously shipping is free, that's money that they can put in towards their fundraising success. So just account for that, and I would suggest $31 to $32 if you're doing mascara. Which brings me to my next point. Make it specific to mascara, or if you wanted to do a couple other items, make them simple. So, potentially the mascara and lip gloss fundraiser, or the mascara and eye pigment fundraiser, whatever it might be. Maybe it's mascara and eyeliner now that we have the fabulous eyeliners, but make it simple. That way you're not showing all these products. You don't have to have catalogs. What I do is I have a PowerPoint template that I have a couple pictures on. I put the team's picture in the background, and I market it to whatever they've decided to do. I will say the most success I have had is from just the mascara fundraisers. So focusing on one product would be a huge tip for you as well. And then the biggest question I get is, how are you making money? Why are you investing? Why are you giving these programs your money? Kara, how do you make money? So that's my last secret here. And it's really simple. So I'll give you an example of what fundraiser I have coming up. I've got one starting with the local high school here on October 25th, and it's a 10-day fundraiser. And so I'll create the link for them on day one. And even though they won't be using that link, it'll be there, and I'll just be patiently waiting. But they are requiring their girls to sell, and they can, because their district is different to make it required. But they're requiring their girls to sell 7 mascaras each at a minimum. And I am super excited because they have 45 to 50 girls. They haven't figured out their numbers yet. So you guys, we're talking about $9,000 to $11,000 in sales that this one fundraiser is going to do. So I'm going to skyrocket up to that $20,000 in personal sales, which is amazing. But I'm going to write back a check to them for about $2,000, and I'm still going to make $500 with my 5%. So that's a unique, no pun intended, but that is a unique fundraiser. That's a huge fundraiser. And I'll probably get on average, I'd probably get about, $1,500 in Y cash plus half-priced items. And so here's how I make money. I turn around, I buy product for myself, and maybe a couple things that I want from my own stash, but I have my cash and carry stash then. And what I have done is I have turned around and sold those and made my profit back. made that, 20% back, if you will, and continued to build my customer base. I have a ton of customers now that just wait for my cash and carries to come in because they don't want to pay for shipping potentially. So that's how I make money. That's kind of my secret. But if you wanted to keep all that Y cash for you and stock up for yourself, that's fine. Do whatever you need to. That's pretty much how I've gotten all the products. Is from the first fundraiser, I bought everything so that I had stuff that I can show people. But now I'm buying a supply, a bulk, if you will, so that I can turn around and sell it to my customers and create new customers. So that's my key. That's my secret. That's how you can make money, is really pushing these and then turning around and building your business that way. So I hope this has helped. It's going on 11 minutes. I apologize. There's a lot with fundraisers. I've gotten a ton of questions. Please feel free to reach out. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me at lovablelash.com and send me an email that way. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to send you my templates. So reach out. Good luck and happy fundraising. Bye.